Welcome to another episode. We're at an undisclosed location in the middle of Georgia. I can't tell you any more than that, but you can see we're in this warehouse here, and we're with Dark Horse Racing today. And Dark Horse Racing has got this GTM, which is undercover right now, that he's been campaigning for quite a few years in SGT class Trans Am. And Brian Gluck here is now working on this Type 65, and this is why this is going on my channel, because this is what my channel is about, is cars like this. So this is going to be a pure race car, and we're here to help him get the body work done. The guys here back there trying to put in the scoops right now. So we're going to get a lot of video of what's going on today. They're out there doing the body work, quick and simple. As I said, this is a race car, but pretty cool. So Brian, what motor are you running in this thing?
So this motor is a 331 Dart stroker motor, so it's based off the 289-302 block with a Dart block. It's a full dry sump system with the Jones dry sump and pulleys and Jones power steering, oil tank up in the front. We're running the Holley Terminator X Stealth 4150 style. Looks like a carburetor, but it's not. It's fuel injection.
Beautiful.
We're letting the Terminator X also control the MSD distributor. And then we're running a Switch Pros PDM for the electronics. So it's a pretty good setup. When we ran it on the dyno with a carburetor just to break it in on the engine dyno, we were making at 8,000 RPM, 580 horse, somewhere in that area, and that carburetor wasn't tuned. It was just to break it in. So we're hoping for 530, 540 horse, maybe 470 at the rear wheel. We think the car is going to come in at about 2,700 pounds, which should make it relatively fast.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, it's quite cool. I'm very impressed. As I said, you know, all brand new stuff straight from Factory 5. Factory 5 is helped sponsoring this car. I know that. So this is going to be a serious adventure. And what class are you going to run in Trans Am Series for this?
So I think what we're going to do with this one is we're going to start it off in the GT class and run in the GT, and then if they find that we're too fast for GT, we'll move it up to SGT. We think we're going to be really quicker than the GTM was. 6XD, Rick out there at 6XD got us the 6-speed sequential transmission. So we'll be able to flat foot shift both up the gearbox and down. They custom did the gear set for us, so it actually matches the 350 rear end that we're running, and the size tires and everything all match. We should be in the 180, 190 speed range at most tracks. We're open in top gear with a 6-speed sequential.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this thing run. Anything else you got to share with it? I mean, you got coolers for everything, it looks like, up here.
We did. So the top one, the bottom, the larger one is the transmission cooler. This is for the power steering, just to give a little cooling on the power steering. This is actually the engine's cooler. We didn't need a lot with the engine. We're running about 2.5 gallons of oil, so we don't think we're going to have any real trouble.
2.5 gallons of oil.
Yeah, it's a standard NASCAR oil tank, pretty big. It's got the air separators and all that built into it. Came from the guys up at SRI in North Carolina. Our engine was done by Gibbons Motorsports there in North Carolina too, and they just do really good work. The motors sounded awesome on the dyno. They're saying we're probably good up to 9,000 RPM, so we're going to run it up in the mid-8s. 9,000.
That is spinning a small block Ford. Let me tell you.
It is spinning, but fortunately they're short little rods and short little push rods, and won't have any trouble with valve float or anything. Good springs. Comp Cams custom did the cam for us and was really helpful. Holley and all the guys at Holley have been helping us out. Like I said, 6XD, MSD, AEM. It'll be coupled to an AEM digital dash inside. We're still working on the programming on that. And then Switch Pros did the PDM, which is an electronic power distribution, just like you do on an aircraft. So there's no real relays, there's no fuses. They're all built in electronically, and you actually program it right off your phone. And you can make the switches do anything you want. They can be a momentary switch, or a on-off switch, or a if this then that switch. It's really interesting what you can do with their wiring, and it reduced the wiring harness into a very few wires for us. So the PDM is really a nice addition to make all of this work.
Good. Well, follow along. So this might be a couple of videos here, by the way. So we're setting the body now. We're gonna get the body where it needs to be. The guys are out there doing the nose. We're gonna bring the nose in here, start getting it fitted. Nose is not going on like the standard factory 5. It's gonna be a lift off. Probably gonna make some uprights here and just pin it. Not gonna tilt forward or any of that stuff. So this car is not gonna be like anything else we've seen on my channel. This is gonna be totally different. So follow along. We'll get some more video today and tomorrow as we're making progress.
Do whatever. I mean, it gives us a little string.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can cut out whatever we need to cut out here, or use this to attach whatever pieces here.
Yeah.
But that, to me, that seems like the logical is let's cut. We know that you could take a radius off of this.
Yes.
And just go like this across, just right there, and let's just remove that piece of the glass and save that. You might use that for your boxes. I don't know, make that box in there or whatever. But we can get rid of all this.
Yeah.
So that we know for sure. So let's just get the sawzall and flatten.
So the guys are now cutting the nose apart. We're gonna cut the whole bottom part of the nose to get the R nose on and get the splitter mounted up. So the rear air vents have been cut out now. Working on the other side.
Yeah. Till we get the other pin, I can't.
So this is all gonna get cut next. They're working on the hood over there, and we're just kind of making progress here quickly. Body's mounted, the hood's all sanded. Then we'll pull this thing outside in the rain and start knocking down all these mold seams. So the body's now been on the car, it's been fitted. We're now filling in the mold seams. We're not touching any of this, it's all gonna get wrapped. So we're just trying to get the car straight enough that this thing can now be wrapped and looks somewhat decent. As I said, it's a race car, and I've enjoyed this whole race car mentality because your attention to detail drops a lot, which has been kind of nice because you can really haul ass. So, but yeah, the car is looking really good. We got the nose over here. As you can see, it's been cut way back because he's gonna run the R nose and a big splitter. All the little side panels have been cut out. So one of them was broken, so that's being glassed up once the body filler's on. And then we're going to cut the hood for the air intake. So we're making a lot of progress today. Then once this thing is all sanded, we'll put this thing back on probably for the last time. We've worked, I think, how many hours did we work yesterday, gents? 10, 12?
Easily.
10, 12 hours yesterday. We got another couple hours in this morning. So within basically a day and a half, we'll call it, probably a little less than that, we've got the nose ready for wrap. All the gaps are, all the mold seams are done. All the cutouts are done. We had to fix one of the side scoop deals because they was busted up. So you can see over here where we did here. Dave did that, and freaking awesome job. The doors are gapped. The frames are in. They just got to be bolted to the frames, and the body itself is on the car for the last time. The bulb seals are installed. Fuel gaps cut out. All the cutouts were done. As you can see, the cutout for the side scoops are done. This door is ready to go. Just got to bolt it up to the frame and start adjusting, fine tune it. As I said, it's a race car, so they're not too concerned. The noses, both noses, you got two R noses. Those are both done. Now they're trying to mock them up, figure how they're going to fit these to the chassis. As you can see, we got a lot done in a day and a half. So, I mean, a ton done. A lot more than I thought we were going to get done, actually. So, these two are finishing up. They're going to Cleco the side scoops in. Ooh. Yeah, hopefully you guys saw that on video because that was almost ugly. The side openings are now on the car. We just Clecoed them in 4 spots. Well, actually, those guys Clecoed them. I didn't do squat. I got the rear done here. By the way, these things did need to be trimmed back into here a little bit. They were sticking out a little too long, so we trimmed them to kind of make it look good. You know, then you just kind of make these kind of go where it's going to look good. And as you can see, it's coming along.
It's right there.
This is the custom hood opening on his Type 65 to get air into his injection system. many guys does it take to put in a Clico? There's got to be a joke in there somewhere.
That actually works out pretty good.
Here's the final look. Looks pretty good. So Brian, good weekend. What are you thinking?
Well, I think it was a great weekend. I really appreciate you guys coming down all the way from the left coast there and coming down to help us out. It was a nice Veterans Day gift to get the extra help here in the shop. The expertise you guys brought on how to do the body work from your previous experience, how to set up the doors, cut hours and hours off of what we'd have had to try to figure out. It was nice to show you the race car mentality versus the show car mentality. We know the body's going to get hit and beat, so it's not a big deal to. We want it to look good. Want it to look really good at 20 feet and 180 miles an hour. That's where we really want it to look good. But this has been an outstanding weekend. Good camaraderie and great help. And we look forward to you coming down again.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. It was a great time.